A few months ago, I came across a story that made me stop and think. A 65-year-old man shared something most men would never say out loud. I've been doing this since I was young, the same way, every time. But now, something doesn't feel right anymore. He wasn't sick. He wasn't on any strange medication. But something in his most private habit was quietly affecting his energy, his confidence, and even his physical well-being. And the saddest part, he had no idea it was happening. Welcome to Vitality Digest, a place where we talk openly about the most important health topics for men over 50. No judgment, no embarrassment, just honest conversation. I'm not here as a doctor. I'm here as a companion, someone who shares insights gathered from research, from experts, and from the real-life experiences of men just like you. Today, we're diving into a topic that's rarely discussed, yet affects thousands of men every single day. The hidden mistakes and private habits that may be quietly impacting your health after 50. You may have heard that self-pleasure is natural and even healthy, and that's true when it's done the right way. But here's what most men don't realize. After 50, your body changes. What worked in your 30s or 40s may no longer be right for you now. In fact, some habits you've carried for decades may be silently weakening your vitality, your circulation, and your overall health. In this video, I'll walk with you through 7 serious mistakes men over 50 often make in private moments, and more importantly, how to fix them before real damage sets in. And trust me, mistake number 6 surprises almost everyone. Before we continue, if you're new to Vitality Digest, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications. We share valuable health insights for men over 50 every week, the topics that truly matter but are rarely talked about openly. And in the comments, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Our community spans the world, and it's inspiring to see how many men are walking this path together. All right, let's begin with the first mistake, something that quietly reshapes how your mind and body experience pleasure without you even realizing it. Mistake number 1, relying too heavily on adult content as your main source of stimulation. Over the years, I've heard the same quiet confession from many men in their 50s and 60s. I don't feel much anymore. Something has changed. And the truth is, nothing is physically broken. What's happening is mental overstimulation. After 50, the brain's reward system, the part responsible for pleasure, desire, and satisfaction, loses some flexibility. It doesn't reset as quickly as it once did. When you constantly consume high-intensity visual content, fast-cut videos, endless novelty, extreme stimulation, your brain becomes overwhelmed. Video after video, novelty after novelty, the brain adapts by turning down sensitivity. It's like slowly lowering the volume on your own pleasure response. So even if your body is healthy, your brain stops responding the way it used to. Real sensation feels muted. True intimacy feels distant. Pleasure becomes mechanical, and most men assume this is just aging. It's not. It's dopamine fatigue. Your brain is saying, I can't keep up with this artificial intensity anymore. If you've noticed fading sensitivity or declining interest, this may be the reason. The solution? Give your brain a chance to reset. Try taking 2 weeks away from visual stimulation. Rediscover pleasure through physical sensation, through breath, through simple presence. Let your body remember what natural arousal actually feels like without endless scrolling. Your mind needs time to recalibrate. Now let's move to a habit that seems harmless but isn't. Mistake number 2, using the bathroom as your regular location. This may sound strange at first, but hear me out. For many older men, the bathroom becomes the safest private space. Locked door, no interruptions, a sense of privacy. But here's the hidden problem. The posture, leaning forward, sitting for long periods, restricts blood flow to the pelvic region. And after 50, healthy circulation becomes critical. Good blood flow supports prostate health, erection quality, and even bladder function. When you compress those delicate nerves and blood vessels, especially during stimulation, you quietly weaken the very systems that support performance. I've heard countless stories from men with pelvic discomfort, weak urine stream, post-urination dribbling, or chronic pelvic tension, and they never connected it to this habit. Your pelvic region needs space and freedom. Next time, try a different approach. Stand, recline on the bed, lie comfortably. Give your body the space it needs to circulate properly. Your prostate, your circulation, and your long-term health will thank you. And if that surprised you, the next mistake is even more common. Mistake number 3, rushing the experience. One of the most damaging patterns I see in men over 50 is treating self-pleasure like a task. Get it done and move on. When you rush, you send the wrong signal to your nervous system. Heart rate spikes too quickly. Blood vessels tighten. The body never enters a calm, balanced state where healing hormones like oxytocin are released. You may reach climax, but your body doesn't receive the deeper benefits of true release. Instead of feeling restored, you feel drained. Instead of energized, you feel empty. Over time, this reshapes your brain. Pleasure becomes shallow, sensitivity fades, interest disappears. The solution is simple: slow down, make the experience intentional, gentle, conscious. At this stage of life, your nervous system thrives on calm stimulation, not urgency. This is no longer a race. It's about connection, not completion. Which brings us to a part of the body most men completely ignore. Mistake number 4, neglecting the pelvic floor muscles. Most men have never heard of their pelvic floor, yet it's one of the most important muscle groups, especially as you age. It sits beneath the bladder, prostate, and reproductive organs. It controls erection strength, bladder control, and sexual confidence. When it weakens, everything above it struggles. I once read about a 67-year-old former athlete, still active, still healthy, yet his sexual function was declining. The culprit? A weak pelvic floor. Years of sitting, stress, and never engaging those muscles had eroded his foundation. When you stimulate without activating these muscles, or worse, when you tense incorrectly, you weaken them further. That's why some men experience leakage after urination, weaker erections, or reduced sensation. The fix: start activating your pelvic floor intentionally. During arousal, gently contract the muscles as if stopping urine midstream. Hold for a few seconds, then release. This builds awareness, strengthens the muscles, and improves circulation throughout the region. With consistency, confidence and control can return. Now let's address the question many men quietly struggle with. Mistake number 5, confusion about frequency. Some men worry they do it too often. Others feel guilty for doing it too rarely. The truth? Both extremes can cause imbalance. Too frequent, and the prostate may become irritated. Energy drops, recovery slows. Too rare, and circulation declines. Nerves dull, and tissues weaken from lack of use. The body thrives on rhythm. For most men over 50, research and experience suggest once or twice a week, done mindfully, supports hormone balance, circulation, and prostate health. This isn't a rigid rule. It's about listening to your body, because at this stage of life, the body speaks softly, right? And your job is to pay attention. Even with perfect frequency, there's still one mistake that can quietly undo everything. Mistake number 6, using too much pressure or force. As sensitivity naturally declines with age, the instinct is to grip harder or apply more force. This instinct is damaging. The nerve endings are delicate. Years of excessive pressure can lead to micro tears, scar tissue buildup, reduced elasticity, and in some cases, curvature known as Peyronie's disease. Many men lose sensation not from age, but from accumulated injury. More force does not restore sensation, it destroys it. Pleasure becomes something you fight for instead of relax into. The shift is simple: be gentler. Your body responds to patience and care, not punishment. Treat yourself with the same respect you would offer someone you deeply value. And that leads us to the final mistake. 7, habit without emotion or connection. Over time, many older men lose emotional connection during self-pleasure. It becomes mechanical, silent, empty, done out of boredom, out of loneliness, out of habit. When emotion disappears, so does healing. Oxytocin, the hormone that calms anxiety and builds emotional well-being, stops flowing. Dopamine no longer fuels motivation. You may climax but feel hollow afterward. That's not aging, that's disconnection. Touch can still be meaningful. It can be a moment of gratitude, a reconnection with breath and presence. Your body still belongs to you. It still feels, it still matters. When emotion and awareness return, the nervous system begins to heal in ways no pill ever could. Let's bring everything together into simple steps you can start today. Reduce visual overstimulation. Change your environment. Slow your pace. Activate the pelvic floor. Find a natural rhythm. Use gentle touch. Bring emotion back. If you've stayed until the end, I want to speak to you honestly. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. You are evolving. Your body is asking for a different kind of attention now, one built on awareness, not autopilot. And when you give it that attention, things change. Pleasure returns, confidence returns, connection returns. Aging is not the end of vitality. It's a transition into a wiser relationship with your body. If this video brought you clarity, please like it and share it with another man who may need to hear this. And don't forget to subscribe to Vitality Digest. Every week, we share honest, practical health insights to help you live stronger, more connected, and more confident at every age, because your best years aren't behind you. They're right here in how you choose to care for yourself starting today.